What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? That's right. It is your favorite goddess king, your favorite pirate captain, your favorite auntie uncle, your favorite hood witch high priestess, motivational dominatrix, lady speech in the place to be, and I want to welcome you to my channel. Tonight, we are doing a color with me live, baby. Yes, we are members only chat. Okay, members only chats. What's up? How y'all doing? Hello, raw flow energy in the building. Jaslyn Cruz. Good evening, my lovely, beautiful you. Hello, Melanie D. Hello, Dragon Dancer. Welcome to the Lady Speech Experience. Hello, tea, sugar, salt. Good evening, good people. So the public is welcome to this, but it will be a members only chat. So the members are going to have an opportunity to ask us some questions, and we're just going to talk about some things today. I've got my coloring books, as you can see. It's a color with me. Yes, it is. It's a color with me. This is also a different quality camera because I'm on my computer. So I'm just going to go ahead and acknowledge that right now. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and acknowledge that right now, but we're still gonna have a good time, okay? I've got a choice of two coloring books tonight. All right, so I'm gonna choose between this tattoo designs. I've been leaning heavily on this, but also this sparked my interest tonight, the mandala one. So I don't know. I might choose this one. I was going through my coloring books tonight, and I discovered that I have so many adult coloring books. Okay, there's so many coloring books that I have that I actually cannot show you what I color because it's so grown. Okay, it's so grown. It's so grown. So I'm gonna leave that for the website, which is coming soon. I'm gonna leave that for other endeavors, which is coming soon. But these two coloring books I can definitely share with you. How are you guys doing tonight? Yes, welcome to the members only chat. I have owed you guys this for such a long time. It's going to be good. Good evening, Vamp Kitten 90. I'm so glad that you are excited for this. I am too. It's been too long. Yes, it has. Thank you for your patience with me. Amanda, hey, baby. How are you? Ooh, Kiara H. Good evening to you too, my darling. Raw flow energy is on it. You're just on it. Thank you, my love. Yeah. You are reminding folks to like it and share it. I appreciate you for being on it. Yes, I do. Marissa, good evening to you, my dear. Yes, good to see you. Whitney, good to see you. Whitney Kiet or Kiet? Let me know if I'm saying that correctly. Hey, baby. William, that's right. Your first members only chat. Welcome, baby. So, we're just gonna get our inner child on tonight, okay? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some coloring. We're just gonna do some informal things, some informal settings. This is a members only chat. So members, you have opportunities to ask me questions. Now, here's the thing. You're not going to get a full reading for yourself in this members only chat. However, I am down to entertain some things. You can ask me things about myself. I'll choose to answer what I answer. Okay. So y'all can just go there. I do encourage bold questions because a lot of those bold questions are fun for me. So there are a lot of things I'm actually down to answer. There are some things I'm going to keep private, but I encourage you to ask questions. Okay. If you got life questions you want to ask them. Also, if you got personal questions you want to ask them. Okay. There's some questions that I will choose. I'll just use my discretion. It's going to be all good. But you guys have the floor tonight. Okay. I'm also going to center this conversation around this Chiron. I don't know how you say it. Chiron, Cheerio, whatever. Whatever. The Venus in retrograde, the Chiron, the Cheerio retrograde that's happening. This Chiron, this Chevy, I'm gonna call it all kind of things tonight, okay? During this reading. You see the spelling. We can all Google later how it is pronounced. All right. But whatever. It's gonna be until December. So we got a lot of work to do. And I just want to say, oh, Chiron. Raw Flow Energy said it's Chiron. Is it Chiron? I feel like this is the key and pill. Aaron, Jacqueline. I don't even know. Chiron. I said the Chiron. If it really is pronounced Chiron. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is 1,000% ridiculous. Whatever. We're gonna call it the Cheerio. And only y'all will know why we're doing this. Listen, I know what I know. I know what I know. I may not pronounce things correctly, but I know what I know. LadySpeech in the house. Raw Flow Energy, you are officially in charge since you were the one who told me how to pronounce it. I'm gonna forget that. So I'm gonna call on you. You didn't understand that as an admin. You now, when you do things like that, you're gonna have to be responsible for that. You are that word handler for me tonight, because I'm gonna forget that quickly, expeditiously. Chiron. Okay, I even scrolled back up in the chat to make sure. Oh Lord. Chiron. Cheerio in this motherfucker. Chiron. Really? Okay, I'm done. I can't even with myself. I can't even with myself. Oh Lord. Okay. I'm glad that y'all are here for the shenanigans. William said, you said Cheerio retrograde, and that's what I will call it from now on. Listen, don't co-sign me, because that's what it is for me from here on out. That has imprinted in my brain. I fully understand that it's not whatever I entered into this with. It's Chiron. But it's Cheerio retrograde from here on out. Don't even ask me how I got there. And my name is LadySpeech. Oh Lord. William, I love you for being in solidarity with me. Oh Lord, Bam Kitten said I'm literally fully moving in 2 days. Oh my God, congratulations. All my coloring supplies has been packed away, but literally DoorDash colored pencils and crayons. Specialty for tonight. I love you so much. Thank you so much, Vamp Kenton. Well, we're definitely going to do some coloring tonight. And I'm so thankful you're coloring with us. And congratulations on your move. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's so very amazing. Oh, yes, it is. And thank you for the fucking super chat. I appreciate you. You're dope for that. You're really dope for that. Let's see. Marissa said, I have to hear words. Never can sound them out. I got to hear them too. Raw Flow Energy said this live is already a vibe. And we out here laughing at the fact that I totally been mispronouncing that the whole time. But the vibe, I know what I know about it, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Don't let the fact that I've been mispronouncing that shit keep us off course, because I know what I know, and I know what I'm talking about. But sometimes I can't pronounce. We all do it. I'm not embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. Raw flow energy out here getting me. I got you. Thank you. Amanda, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you for your super chat. I appreciate you. You're amazing too. We are reflections, baby. We are reflections. We are inflections. Oh, William out here wishing Vamp some good energy. I love it. I love it. William done moved. Oh, you moved. I'm glad to know that. I'm glad to know that. And I'm actually glad I didn't send you anything before you moved, because I got you. I have the perfect move-in present for you, William, because I owe you. For you already know why I owe you, but I thank you for being such a standard person. So I'm gonna get you. And now that I know you're moving, I got the perfect thing for you. Rafflo energy laughing with me. I appreciate you, baby. Oh, Melanie D say, honey, it's also called the chai tea retrograde. Okay, we doing that too. We just gonna name it what we need to name it to get through it. Okay, we gonna name it what we need to name it to get through it. All right, all right. I love it. Okay, you beautiful people. Here's the thing. This live is open to everybody. It's the members only chat though. We're gonna get down and do what we gotta do. Vamp Kitten, thank you, baby. I appreciate you for your super sticker, baby. I do, I do. But y'all can ask me some questions. Now here's the thing. I was called to bring my book of answers. Book of the answers. So we might do a little bibliomancy tonight. I don't know. Okay, that's not the priority. However, if I'm feeling it, I might break it out. I'm going to go ahead and begin my coloring journey. And I believe we're going to, even though I've got the mandala here, I'm going to wait because let me show you this. The mandala coloring book, it actually is really special to me. When I used to teach in a certain treatment facility, okay, because part of my journey and my career path has been, and some of you here are from that career path, and it's always wild for me when you guys introduce yourself and you step up. But some of you are from this era when I was doing working with children and in the treatment facilities and in the non-for-profit sector. So this is a book that I connected with a lot of kids with. I taught this book a lot. I used this because, at the time I didn't know I was neurospicy, but I used this book to get into some deep things while we got to doodle or just color and things of that nature. So this mandala book means a lot to me. I've colored a lot of these over the years. So I love this book. I'm going to be getting into this, but this requires more focus. So tonight we're going to dive deep back into this. I've been coloring a lot from this book, and also it's appropriate for me to share some of these images. So I'm going to choose to color that tonight. You can ask me questions about myself. You can ask me somewhat personal questions. I am down to answer some of them. Some I may not answer, depending on how you ask it or what you ask. But y'all know I share deeply. Some guidance questions I'm down to ask about. Some magic questions, depending on if I want to give all that energy to that. I don't know. The point is, just ask. And we're going to take this where we're going to take it. I'm also going to begin by just speaking about what my experience has been so far. So let's see. Let's see. Vam Kitten said, already loving the shenanigans. I thrive in chaos. Me too. I actually do too. I love a lot of order. I do, but also chaos. I make a lot. I do good things in chaos as well. I can't lie. I can't lie. Melody D said, can I be your backup singer for your band? Because I am starting a ritualistic punk, you know, yeah, that's really what it is. It's a ritualistic punk ska performance funk band. So you got to audition. That's all I got to say. Because once I get the vision together and communicated this correctly in an articulate way, uh, if you vibe with the concept and then you get down what we're doing, yeah, of course you can, babe. Equal opportunity in this piece, okay? Equal opportunity, but also it's gonna be very weird. So you got to prepare yourself for that. You got to prepare yourself for that. So if you're vibing with what I'm putting down, all right, because it's gonna be crazy. But if you're vibing with what I'm putting down, yeah, we can do this. Can we get the story about the Deacon affirmation box, Whitney? Yes, you can. That is a video that is playing very soon. Yeah, I just gotta figure out. I've actually gone to record that video. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And I'm just long-winded as hell. I've like literally gone to record this video 3 times. And so I think like the 8th time will be a charm. Let's not even lie about the fact that I can just talk my ass off. And I can condense the story. I need to condense the story because the story is like in my head 45 minutes because I birthed this. Deacon affirmation box is a child. It's a whole child that I birthed. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. That's all I have to say. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Oh wait, this is my computer. I can't be taking my glasses off. I'm blind. I got to remember I'm blind. Actually, let me change that language. I see with assistance. Every day and every way, my vision is getting better and better. I'm just going to do some affirmations on that. Anyway, have you tried the sketch coloring pads? Jaslyn Cruz said that. I don't even know what that is. No, I have not. The sketch. I'm not going to Google that now, but go back to the poll where I talked about this coloring live and drop that comment in that so I can remember to look that up because I'm gonna forget. I don't even know what the sketch art, the scratch art. Oh no, the scratch art. I read that wrong. The sketch art. I was thinking of an etch a sketch. That's how old I am. I was thinking of an etch a sketch. You said scratch art. That's what you said. That's what you said. Yes, I have seen the scratch art. That's actually very nice. Now here's the thing. That's messy. And I like messy. But if we're gonna do messy within my kink or my coloring, I need to make sure it's an easy cleanup. Because when you scratch in, you take all that, you're scratching something off. And I'm aware of that. And the way my ADHD autism, because I got a touch of the tism, the way that my tism will act up, the way my organization and the need to control things will act up. So I need to have the proper setup for that. But I do like those scratch coloring things. I do. Marissa said, I'm keeping it light. A million cats is my coloring books. What is everyone else's coloring tonight? Yeah, what are you guys coloring tonight? What are you guys gonna color tonight? Once again, I'm going to be coloring in the creative coloring for grown-ups tattoo designs. I'm on a mission to buy. The next time we do this live, I'm bringing my light bright because I've decided that we're going to do these lives. And for the first couple of lives, members only chat, we're doing inner child affirming things. So I'm going to bring my light bright. Next time I'm going to do my light bright and we're going to do the Q&A. Okay. And also that'll buy me some time because I need to buy some more appropriate coloring books. Literally, most of my coloring book collection is hella adult. I can't show that on YouTube and expect to continue to be monetized. Not in this economy. No. But I can show you some things from this. And also, I've been genuinely addicted. I've been genuinely addicted to this tattoo coloring. Ooh, I did a good job. But let me go back to that. Let me go back to that, baby. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. You're so pretty. You know what? I just be judging myself. I be coloring. I be having a vision, and I love the vision. And then when I execute it, then I be like, no, it's not okay. That's the artist in me. I be like, it's so ugly. But then I go back to it, and be like, you are brilliant. Just brilliant. I love it. Yeah, it happens anyway. We're gonna do this today. What are you guys coloring with? While you guys talk about that in the comments, I'm gonna go back to the comments. Let me get my color. Let me choose what I'm gonna choose, and then talk about this Venus in retrograde. Chiron. Chiron. I remembered it, Raw Flow. Look at that. I remembered it. I don't be, but it's the Cheerio retrograde. It's the cha cha. It's the cha cha retrograde. Chi chi retrograde. It is what it is. Anyway, let me tell y'all something. This retro, and we're in Leo too. Good Lord. We are being hammered about the head. Are you guys okay? I'm okay. My ruling planet is Venus. So, number one, you would think I would be suffering during this Venus in retrograde. And I'm not. I'm thriving because I know how to lean in. That's the lesson, children. You got to know how to lean in. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to lean in. You got to know how to push. Ooh, look at that. I colored that. That's fucking beautiful. I know how to color. This was crayon. See, I've been too much on my. I be. Okay, I'm gonna color with the coloring. Y'all are witnessing the Nero spicy, and I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go back to the point. Anyway, this was nice, and I used crayon, and I need. Oh nope, I'm looking at this. I use crayon and colored pencil. I need to do that next time. I forgot I do that. I forgot I do that. And that makes a great effect. Okay, so all right, that's pretty. I'd be forgetting what I do. Do I want to do that one this time? No. Okay, anyway. This Venus retrograde with this Chiron retrograde, I did not finish this. Did I? I'm not going to finish that tonight because I don't care. I don't care enough. I really don't care enough. I don't care enough. I don't. I need to choose something small just in case I forget. Because like that one, the one I don't care enough to do that one tonight, but I can pick up where I left off. Yes, I can. Anyway, this baby, this has gotten me reevaluating how I have allowed people to treat me. This retrograde has got me just diving deep into how I've made myself a victim. This Chiron retrograde, ooh, an octopus. Y'all know that's my favorite animal. But you know what? Y'all really could have done this octopus better. You really could have more detail, more pizzazz. That octopus deserves better than this. Um, yeah, this baby, this has got me just reviewing everything, okay, especially when it comes to my love life. And let me tell you, every single one of my lovers I've let go and released. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Every single one of my lovers, and I'm good for this. I'm very good for releasing my lovers and cleansing them from my system when we're done and we're finished. But there were just some ways that this retrograde has shown me I was still hanging on to a few of them. And although, and it was not even in an abusive or not a toxic way, but it was just in a way that just no longer serves me. Baby, the way I've been leaning into this retrograde, the way this retrograde, both of these retrogrades, has shown me how valuable I am and where I was absolutely slipping in regards to valuing myself. Baby, I've just been leaning in. Now, this could be painful, and I recognize that for a lot of folks, this is painful. This did not blindside me. Even though I wasn't keeping up on the astrological events, I was still preparing for it in a big way. There was a lot of my work that I've been doing this last 8 months that put me in a good position for this work. That's a whole snake. I like that. So I wasn't caught slipping with this. And I'm actually really grateful because there's just behavior that I accepted that we're not doing that no more, honey. We're not doing that no more, honey. I require more. The price done went up. The price done went up. And I hope for you the price has gone up. I hope you understand how valuable you are. I hope you understand that you deserve all things that are good. I hope you don't let them play with you. Ooh, this elephant, I'm feeling that. Okay, I'm finally thinking I know I'm gonna color. This is the first thing that I think we're gonna work on because I can keep going back to this, and I already have a color scheme. So we're gonna keep flopping through it to see if we find something else. But although I wasn't trying to start something so big, but we'll just see what's up. Okay. But yeah, baby, I've been letting go. Okay, the trash has been taking itself out. I have been one of the things that I have discovered about myself is I was given to folks more than they were given to me. And that's a lot of that is due to the touch of the tism. There's a few people that I've been given to them more than they've been loving into me, and they have been taking advantage of me. Again, a touch of the tism. And I finally clicked into that and just cut them off. No, honey, I've been giving you rights. I've been giving you, I've been letting you taste the sauce. I've been just pouring into you, and you haven't been pouring into me. And I don't even feel bad about it. I don't even feel bad. I don't feel mad at them about it. I allowed what I allowed. But the thing is, I'm done allowing that bullshit. I'm gonna tell you that. We done, honey. We done. We done. Cause I require full reciprocity, honey. I treat people in my life like they are the prize because they are. But I am getting rid of them last few stragglers who refuse to see that, baby. Just because I'm treating you like the prize don't mean that I don't know that I am the prize too. Hello. Goodbye. You act like I ain't the whole goal. Okay. You act like I ain't absolutely positively amazing. Okay. We're not doing that no more. Honey, we're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. This Venus retrograde, Chiron, Cheerio retrograde gathered me together. We're not playing that. I deserve more. I deserve more, and I should have been given more. Whew, there was some people that there was like a couple people that I was putting on pedestals. Not even a lot, just a couple people that I was putting on pedestals that never deserved it. That never deserved it. And there's one person that did deserve it, but they stopped earning it. Hello. You don't get that place in position in my life no more, honey. No, you don't. You got to keep giving that reciprocity. You decide to not give me that good reciprocity. You don't get to be here like that no more. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. All right. Well, I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna finish this one. Now I've chosen what I'm about to color. Let me check in with these comments. Let me check in with these comments. Okay. I love it. Ladybug 14 just now popping in. Good evening. Good evening to you too, baby. Hey you. Hello, hello. So grateful for this. About to settle down for bed and was going to do my bullet journaling. Yes. 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 I love it. I love it. Dinah 801 said, I'm coloring with watercolor tonight. Fashion illustration. I love it. And Dinah was answering Marissa. Tea Sugar Salt said, I'm frying rice. Oh, yes, honey. I wish we had some. I wish we could share. Oh, it would be. As soon as we get that technology, I can't wait to implement that with the community so we could just share more intimately. I'm gonna do some Zooms. We're gonna figure out some way to do some. I'm figuring out some ways to do some safe, controlled Zooms with core people. We're gonna figure some things out. We're gonna figure some things out. Let's see. You said I color in my bullet journal. I like to color coordinate each month. July is orange. I love this. Vamp Kitten said tonight's coloring book is Woe or Woo or Woo. Is it Woo? W-O? Woo. Mm-hmm. Melanie D said, I don't have coloring book because I'm dog sitting. That's okay, baby. Do something. Do whatever you need to do. The fact that you're here is a blessing. Vamp Kitten said, Witch's coloring book. I love it. I miss the light bright. Yes. Okay, let me tell you something. I never got a light bright as a kid, and I wanted that. I wanted the light bright so bad. There were a couple things that I coveted, and the light bright was one of them, and I just never got my hands on one. So I put that on my list. My when someone years ago asked me to do an Amazon wish list, literally it took me 6 months to do it because I felt all kind of ways about people giving to me in that way. And so I finally did it, and the light bright was one of the first things I put on the wish list. And no one bought it from me for like a year. Now my wish list is something that I also buy from. So, but like I treat my wish list like a treat list. Okay. It's things that I would not actually buy for myself in everyday life. But when I'm having great times or when I want a boost, or I use it as a reward list. So I also was waiting on the light bright for something big in my life, and then someone bought it for me. And oh my God, it blew my mind, and it made my whole inner child celebrate. So yeah, next time we're gonna do the light bright. It's gonna be great. I love it. I love it. Rafflo said, I'm not okay. I'm a Leo and my Mercury is in Leo. Ooh, child. Yeah, so you continue to pray during this time. Because this is wild, okay? This is wild. Vamp Kitten said, I am coloring with the 64 crown count. I love it. Chiron. Whitney said, Chiron. It's Chiron. Cheerio and Chia T retrograde. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Jasmine said, honestly, I busted out my daughter's Disney coloring book and my multicolored gel pens for this 5. Yes! I love it. I love it. Well, you bought it. If you bought your daughter's coloring book, so color in it all day. It's your book. You could buy her another one. Oh, Kitten said, I wish we could share screenshots of what we're coloring. Me too. Me too. Me too. Jasmine Cruz said, I can't tell if it's a new season and marital growth or the beginning of the end. You know what, baby? Time is going to tell you, baby. Okay? I'm going to tell you this. We are in the right time, and time is going to tell you. Time is going to tell you. Whitney said, this retrograde was refreshing. I decided to disconnect from corporate pettiness and lean into upping my skills. Amen to that. Baby, that's all I can tell you. The if you want to survive any retrograde, lean in. Lean in, honey. Lean in. If you any retrograde, even if you don't know what's going on, just submit. Because the lesson's gonna come. And if you just say yes to them and bow down, they'll flow right over you like a wave. And if you take what you're supposed to take, you'll be just fine. Okay? You'll be just fine. Now, there will be some retrogrades that are going to be rougher than others. But all of them will be better if you just learn to lean in. Okay? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. King said, Rafflo Energy said, King, can we do a Zoom for members so we can see each other's cameras? Must be on. I'm going to think about that. I'll pose that to the members. I like that. That sits well in my spirit. So I will pose that to the rest of the members at a different time. But yes. Yes, yes, yes. Well, a lot of you are echoing raw flow in the comments. So this is definitely something that we're going to consider. Yes. Okay. Well, let me get to coloring. I've decided I'm not gonna color that. That's that Libra shit. I'm gonna color something else anyway. Yes, darling. Let's say this. This retrograde is calling everyone into looking at old wounds. All right? Every single one of us right now is being called into looking at the way we have been hurt by life, the way we have been hurt by people, the way we have been hurt by society, the way we have been hurt by this world. And there are certain wounds that require our attention. And this retrograde is here to remind us that we do better when we pay attention to the wounds. Now, this is not a time of wallowing in the wound. This is the time of acknowledging the wound. This is the time of understanding that there is no shame in having the wound. This is the time of attending to the wound. This is a time where a lot of us are going to be shown where we've healed before. And because of the healing we've done before, we can do even deeper healing, and more of the wound is going to reveal itself. This is the time of breaking generational cycles. This is a time where we are being called into question. This is a time where we are looking at our indoctrination around love. So I pray that we all are able to move into a deeper understanding of what love is. I pray that we are all able to unpack the spaces where we were disrespected in the name of love, but it wasn't love. But it wasn't love. But it wasn't love. It was something, but it wasn't love. It was disguised as love, but it wasn't love. I pray that we all begin to understand that we are worthy of love, but also we deconstruct what we were told love is. And we begin to define for ourselves what love really is. I pray that because this Cheerio retrograde is till December, honey. You are going to be held and called to the paint in your wounding. This is why I say submit, because all your wounding's going to come up. And this, if you don't lean in, what this is going to do is it's going to cause you to be even more problematic. You're going to dig into even more problematic. The more toxic things about yourself, you're going to dig into that. You're going to dig into that. If you don't look at this for what it is and answer it for what it needs to be, you're going to dig in to the very things that are so problematic about you that were given to you by your abusers, by people who hurt you. That's the deep part about this whole thing, is that you are going to give into behaviors that were given to you by people who didn't love you. And I know for a fact that most of you don't want to be that person. Some of you do, but most of you don't want to be that person. And the only way to not be that person is to do some deep, deep healing. Because what you do not heal, what you don't pay attention to, what you don't give attention to in the healing way will become a perversion of itself. What you ignore will become a perversion of itself. What you ignore will become a perversion of itself. What you ignore will become a perversion of itself. So I would suggest that you lean into whatever wounds that are being revealed. You lean into the healing of that wound. Because if you don't, what you're going to end up doing is leaning into the wound. And you're either going to perpetuate that wound or you're going to address that wound in a way that heals it. And I'm here to heal it, baby. Because I've seen the other side of this. And the other side is not cute. The other side is rife with a lot of pain and injury. The other side is rife with unrest. There was no peace on the other side. Mm-mm. I'm leaning in, and it's hard. Oh, child, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard confronting the painful past. It's hard confronting the painful past. You know what? For me, a lot of what has come up is a lot of anger. And at first, in the first millisecond, it was anger at other people. But then when I sat with it, I was like, no, I'm actually angry at myself. I'm angry that I allowed these people to serve me this, call it caviar, when it is cheese whiz. And you know what? If I really sit with it, they've always been honest about the fact that they were calling it caviar and it's cheese whiz. I was the one who chose to accept it, and I'm mad at me for accepting it. And once I really just leaned into that, I stopped being mad at them. And I really just got into the healing of why I chose to let someone serve me cheese whiz and call it caviar. Child, I ain't doing that no more. Now, I've been addressing this tendency in me for a while, but this retrograde right here has allowed me to address it from even deeper perspectives that I wouldn't have been able to unless I had already had done the work that I've done. But I'm gonna tell you this, I'm the price done went up. I said that. The price done went up, child. The price done went up. The price done went up. We're not doing that anymore. I bring the sun, honey, when I'm in these relationships. And I'll tell you this, there's been a lot of things that I have done wrong, but I am someone who's always stood up in that. You can ask my closest friends, they will tell you that I will stand up in my wrongness. I can always be called to the paint. So these relationships who have refused to meet me even halfway, no, that's not on me. That's on you. I was the prize. You chose to act stupid. So now we are where we're at. And you're about to suffer the consequences. Because I'm going to take my whole self away from you, homie. And you're going to be left feeling stupid and looking dumb. Let me check in with these comments. Marissa said, damn, I didn't know this was going on until December. It's really all really real already. Yeah. It's still December. That's why I said in the beginning, y'all need to submit. No, we doing this for a second, child. We doing this for a second, honey. No, we in it. We in it. No, it's bringing up the wounds. That's why I said submit, because if y'all do this in the beginning, the rest of this is going to be cake. If you just give in now, if you just lay down in it now and you just if you accept the healing that is going to happen, then you can the hard part, you're going to ride out right now. The hard part, you're going to ride that out. Oh, I should have been coloring that other side for the longest time. That's just sharp right there. I should have been sharpening. That's see life hack. Anyway, yeah, this Cheerio chai tea retrograde is till December. It's stupid, but it's also the greatest thing ever. It's also the absolute greatest thing ever. But like, y'all need to get into it. This is the time to actually get into the way your mama hurt you. This is the great time to get into the way your daddy hurt you. This is the great time to go to a therapist. This is a great time to do some deep journaling. This is the great time to deconstruct why you keep choosing these whack ass lovers because of your parental issues. This is a great time to get into redefining what it is that you want romantically and what do you want from a lover. This is a great time to get into how toxic you've been as a lover because you're so hurt and because of your issues. This is a great time to really just dig into the wounded healer aspect of it. Now, let's get into that. This is a great time for some of you healers to get into why you don't choose to really activate and heal on the levels that you need to. Okay, this is a great time because a lot of healers got into this because you are the healer you needed to be. But some of y'all are out here not doing the work at the level that you need to do the work. Like you not out here going to the therapies that you need to go to. Well, those two pinks were just too close in color. And though I can tell a difference, this is bad lighting. I should have chose. This could be more distinctive in better lighting. Mm, mm, mm. Well, I mean, I could still tell the difference, but I really should have chose another. All of these pinks were cool. I should have chose a pink with a warm. Oh well. Well, you could tell the difference in the light anyway. We'll just keep going to persevere. It's not my best work. It's good. It's good work. This is good work. It's not my best work. I'm glad I went with a smaller piece right here. It's been a minute since I've been coloring. And I need to go back. Okay, I'm gonna buy me a different book. Or next time I need to take my time choosing my piece because I need to go back to my coloring, my crowns, and my colored pencils. I do the best with the both of those because they just do different things. And keep in mind, I ain't no artist in this capacity. I just like to color and I do it my way. I'm not a technical visual artist when I say that. I am an artist. I'm a poet. I'm a dancer, a singer, an MC, a writer, but I'm not a paint or anything like that. Color theory, I don't know about that. But I have a way I like to color. So that's all that is. Anyway. I'm glad I just chose a little short thing. Because I chose wrong. It's still cute though. It's still cute. And I bet you when I have better lighting it'll be better. Anyway, that's a neurospicy. Heal your inner child with this retrograde. Address how you were taught to love with this retrograde. Really look deep into your philosophies around love. And also cultivate your thoughts around not just romantic love, but all love, self love, agape love, love from Mother Nature, love from the animals. You know what I'm saying? This is a good time to look at where your philosophies of love have come from. Who influenced that and why? If you are, and I urge everybody, but most especially if you're black, I want you to, in regards to love, go look up and read Bell Hooks. Now, why can't I remember it in this moment? What is it? All About Love. There it is. Go look up Bell Hooks, All About Love. Everybody should read it, but like most especially black people should read it. And like that has revolutionized what I feel about love, how I approach love. It's been responsible for a lot of this epiphany and all of this healing work I'm doing around love during this retrograde right now has would not be possible had I not read that book several times. So I do suggest that. I really do. I think it'll do some good things for you. I think it'll do. No, this has got to be a cheap. Yep, it is. It's one of them cheap ones. I really need to go through this pencil box of coloring pencils that I'm using is a mixture of expensive and cheap and things in between coloring pencils. And I'm realizing in this moment that this is a cheap one. Boo. But we're gonna work with what we got. Again, this is not my best work, but I'm gonna persevere because that's what you gotta do sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta do. And you make the best of what you got. I mean, it's still cute. We still cute. We still cute out here in these streets. All right. I feel like I've been looking down for a long time. Let me look up. Let me look up. Let me look up. Answer some questions. Answer some questions. Jaslyn says, whatever the situation with my marriage, I know this is my season of regrowth and self care and leaning into my power and self love. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. And just know the universe got you. I don't know what's going on with your marriage either, but I know this. Commit yourself to the growth. Commit yourself to loving yourself. Commit yourself to reforming. Commit yourself to rebirthing and commit yourself to accepting everyone who's supposed to be here for you and with you into your life. Commit yourself to expelling everyone who needs to be gone from your life and watch powerful things happen. Now, some of that's going to hurt. Some of that's going to hurt. Some of that's going to hurt. But all of it will be for your highest good. Vamp Kid, thank you for that super chat, baby. Let's see what you said. So, how do you approach working with deities outside your ancestry? I'm mainly Irish Norse, tried connecting with those of my heritage, but ended up connecting with Egyptian. Part of me thinks it has to do with past lives. Interesting. Good question. Thank you for the super chat. So, how do I approach working with deities outside of my ancestry? I do work with deities outside of my ancestry. First and foremost, the question I ask myself is this a closed practice? That's the first question I ask myself. Is this a closed practice? I think I'm going to screenshot this because I'm probably going to end up making this is a great thing to make a video about later on. That's exactly what I'm about to do. I'm going to make a longer video about this later on. So thank you for asking this question. First and foremost, I'm going to ask myself, are the deities that I'm looking to connect with part of a closed practice? If they are, I'm going to back away. Unless I'm deeply called to those deities, then I'm going to research what that closed practice entails and if I have an opportunity to partake in that closed practice. Now, if I do have an opportunity to partake in that closed practice, and usually that means it's by initiation and I can meet the parameters of that initiation, I weigh my life's path and the connection of these deities and what I have to do to connect with them within that close practice against each other. And if these things coincide, then I pursue. I pursue. Now, here's the thing. I've only done that when the deities themselves have called me. And when the deities themselves have called me, they provide the resources that I need in order to do so. And they provide the culturally appropriate way in order for me to connect and not appropriate with them. They will provide a spiritually legal doorway for me to enter into. These things are very rare. They're very rare. Oftentimes, what these deities will do is call me to the equivalent within the culture that is my birthright. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you this. Your ancestry is your birthright. If you are having trouble connecting with your ancestry and your birthright, then that means you have more decolonization to do. Especially if you are of ancestry that can claim white, which is Irish and Norse. Y'all, through history, have been adopted into and embraced into the whiteness. So that means you have a lot more decolonization around deities and spirituality than black, brown, and indigenous people do, honestly. The only reason that you aren't connecting with them is because you have a lot of decolonization to do and you can't skip that step. You can't skip the step of what folks who looked like you or your ancestry did to people of color. But after that, you have to get to what folks who look like you did to themselves. I know this because I have Irish and Scottish and white ancestry, and I speak to them as often as I speak to my African ancestry. And though I have way more African ancestry and I am black as hell, I can tell you that that's them ancestors are just as strong, and that they, if they're speaking to me, they want to speak to y'all. But there are steps that cannot be skipped in that. And part of y'all's ancestors' role and why we are in this situation has to be acknowledged. It has, you can't skip that step. There's a whole lot of white folks who are doing ancestry work, and they're conveniently skipping over that. You can't, because the recent expression of anti-indigeneity, you have to acknowledge that, because it speaks to an ancient expression of anti-indigeneity that originated on European soil. You won't even be able to fathom that until you fathom what happened with us more recently. They want to connect with you, baby. I'm gonna tell you this, because my Scottish ancestry regularly, a reason why a lot of y'all white folks follow me is because of them, and it's because they're so mad at white people, because they're screaming for you. The secrets that I know from my Scottish ancestry, and it's not even who I am phenotypically. Like, you can't. They won't let you connect to that until you connect to, like, you can't skip steps, as I want to say. So I'll say this. Also, I connect with deities outside of my ancestors more strongly, because I connect with the deities inside of my ancestors strongly, because I can make that correlation. So we have a tether and a tie. We have an actual tether and a tie. The reason why, like, it's easy for me to connect with deities outside of my ancestry is because I connect to with what's in my birthright. So they can bridge, they can bridge. The reason why I can practice with my friends from other cultures is because I'm so firmly rooted in mine. And because I continue to be open in that. And so these other cultural, that's what connects you. If you want to, you might have past life connections to Egyptian culture, but you have a very real life connection to some very strong shit. You ain't going to be able to get to the true magic of your people's things until you see the whole story. And the whole story is people in your ancestry, in some way, shape, or form, who looked at you, participated in colonialism. You have to acknowledge that recent thing and sit with that pain. Then the rest of the history is going to reveal itself. And then you're going to need to sit with the pain of how white people did it to themselves. Point blank and simple. And then them secrets is going to start showing themselves to you. Them secrets. The reason why the secrets show themselves to me from my Scottish people, like, I have access to deep magic from my white ancestry, but it's because I've sat with the pain of my black ancestry and what colonization did to us. Yeah, that's a good question, and it's deep as hell. It's deep as hell. But really, the secret to working with deities outside of your ancestry is to connect with yours. That's the secret. When I'm invited into a different and another people's cultural practice, I'm invited from the strength of who I am in mine. So I'm invited to sing my cultural songs. I'm invited to participate in the fullness of my cultural ancestral identity. And they see that I value that and I'm strong in that. And so when I go to these things, I'm not taking from them. I'm giving and I'm participating. And then I'm also being able to receive from them and exchange. If you go into other people's spiritual practices and you're not able to give, you are an appropriator. So I get invited into other people's cultural spaces because I have something to give. And it is because I have such a strong identity within my own cultural practices. And that's a hard answer. And I'm going to acknowledge that right now. That's a hard answer that I just gave. But it's a very real answer. And I stand behind it. And I only give real answers because I want you to be successful and I want you to heal. So, yeah. But again, I screenshot that because I'm going to do a more thought out answer to that. Let's see. We have, let's see. Marissa said, damn, didn't know this was going on to December. It's really real already. Yep. I think I already said that one before. Oof, really came, Kim Van Kitten said, literally came from bloodlines of addiction and abuse. I literally strive to be a safe space for others, but I definitely haven't. Baby, and I don't want you to, don't, I want you to give yourself your flowers. I don't want you to overjudge yourself. And I still want you to hold yourself in accountability. You are trying the best that you can. Okay. And I want you to know that your recent ancestry you might be coming from a bloodline of addiction and abuse, but that's not all of your ancestry. Remember that. There are safe people, there are abolitionists, there are sober people in your lineage. You know, we are made up of a lot. Our lineage is made up of hundreds to thousands of people. So remember that just like there are the messed up, the not good, there are good, very good. Melanie D said it just hit me the root of one of my wounds. Thank you. You are welcome, my dear. You are welcome, my dear. Marissa just gave us a song title. We'll have to look that up. It's all about taking out the trash in your life. All right. Jaslyn said, thank you for that message. You are welcome. Don Haywood, thank you. I'm so glad you made it. Dragon Dancer said, this is such a good topic. Yes, yes. Bam Kitten said, thank you so much. I resisted the call for years, but Anubis first called me to my dreams, and I hold him in high honor. And you know what, darling? Sometimes other cultures, deities do step in to give you that first push because of the trauma you might have experienced uh, from the immediate people in your bloodline. I'm gonna tell you this. Kali Ma was instrumental, and I hold her in the highest esteems. And she taught me how to venerate my ancestors and everyone. She taught me the practice of veneration. She was all the way outside of my cultural practice. And once I understood that who she was, because in studying her, I began to understand that she was a part of a closed practice and that there was protocol in honoring her. I've always understood that my connection to her was never superficial, nor was it fake. I also understood that Kali Ma was instrumental in being a gateway to mine, into what my deities and what my birthright was. The deeper that I've gotten into that connection, I understand the deities that correlate with Kali Ma, and I understand why I was brought to her. I will say that I needed to be brought to someone outside of my cultural connection first because of the trauma that I experienced at the hands of my father and at my mother. And so, because of this, I had a very negative view of my cultural experience due to my immediate family. I very quickly, though, understood that Kali Ma was a gateway of sorts and that I should pursue my own ancestry and my own self. And I was successful because of that. So I will say that sometimes deities from other cultures step in on behalf of your lineage. Kali Ma was there for me, and I will always revere her and honor her in my own ways. And she shows up very regularly in my life. And we have our own thing that we do, and I'm able to do outside of the initiated practice. I do not say that I am a follower of Kali Ma, but there are certain things that I do to honor her and that she's allows me to. But again, I honor her from my place of power and my knowledge of my ancestors. So yeah. Vampkin said, thank you so much. Oh yeah, I read that before. Okay, cool. Hey, Cassia. Let's see. Dragon Danger said the Celtic and Norse deities are so wonderful to work with. And that's not a lot of the Celtic and Norse practices are not close practices. So there's a lot of us who are able to connect with those. Also, yeah, well, I'm not going to get into that because we could just have a whole conversation, but we're going to keep going. Let's see. Dragon Dancer said, one of my distant ancestors was responsible for a large part of the Christian colonization of Europe. That was a whole lot of work to deal with. Yeah, babe. Yeah. Let me tell you, like, I say it oftentimes and I'll continue to say it, like, colonization was ridiculous in Europe before it ever came to any of us. They started on themselves. That is a big pain. And it was there's so much brutality in that. Yeah, so it's a thing. It's a thing. William said, thank you for speaking on deities. I had a dream that someone told me that an Egyptian deity wanted to work with me, and I'm not Egyptian. I was very conflicted and was not ready for that yet. Like, and every once in a while, that I'm not going to discount that. Like, the deities themselves are very powerful. So I am not ever going to discount, and I have seen from my studies, and I have seen in real life where someone out of the blue comes to contact you because you are the perfect being for that mission or that message. And cosmic things are cosmic things, and getting chose by gods is getting chose by gods. I will say it's rare, it's not uncommon, and you got to be about your thing to hold that type of responsibility. um it's not impossible though. It's not impossible, but it's a very nuanced thing. And it's something that most of us are not called into. Uh, yeah, yeah. Don said, I'm so grateful to receive this information. I've been exploring my ways my ancestors have influenced history. I'm open to calling in my ancestors good and, oh, Lord, I lost that. Good and Lord, where is that? Good and bad. Thank you. You're welcome. I found the comment again. There we go. Okay. Is there protocol in connecting with my biological ancestry versus my adoptive ancestry? Yes and no. So here's the thing that I know about that. If you are adopted into a family, that's your family. So your biological and your adoptive family, you gonna call them in the same way, baby. There are people on my ancestor altar that are not my biological family, but they're my family. And there are relatives of mine that are blood related to me that will never be my family, and they will never be venerated on my ancestor altar. Now, certain blood lineages have certain things associated with them. So the no part comes into the fact that your family is your family. Your family is your family. So your adopted family is your family. So call them in. However, if certain lineages have certain practices, then you're going to need to follow those certain practices of those lineages to call them in. So it's dependent on certain lineages and family. But the general answer is your family is your family, call them in. Vibe said, I'd love to learn more about deities and how to find our spiritual support team. First and foremost, you're going to pray. Your spiritual support team is going to be your ancestors. Now, if you are skeptical about calling on your ancestors in regards to your blood lineage, the earth and the water is your oldest ancestor. Water is your oldest ancestor, my dear. So call in water. Oh, let me update you. This is what I did so far. This little pink flower. I was having some dialogue. So you can't really see. That's that cheap. This is much better. And also this camera sucks. But that's the pink. We're gonna keep working on some things. So yeah, first you're gonna deal with your ancestry. Water is your first ancestor. Earth is your oldest ancestor. And then the rest of that is gonna be dependent on your lineage. Vamp Kitten said, "Thank you of all, and thank you for your super chat, babe. I appreciate you. Thank you. I've always viewed this in a similar manner. I see it as a small part of I'm paying honor for the cultures of which my Xeron ancestors have almost destroyed. They deserve to be honored and praised. I'm always honored to learn more. I thank you for your curiosity, and I thank you for asking these questions and taking this journey, because it's deep as hell. So I appreciate you allowing me on this journey with you." Cassia said, "I heard we are in retrograde and looked it up. I'm going through a bit of difficulties at the moment, but once I read the meaning of this retrograde, it all made sense. I've been forced to speak up." We are addressing wounds, honey. We are addressing, you can't afford to be silent anymore. You can't afford to ignore how you've been hurt. You can't afford to act like you haven't been affected by really deep things. None of us, no, 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 no. Baby, no. We're not doing that. This retrograde, no, we're not doing that no more. No more sitting silently and letting ourselves be used. No more of that. No more of acting like we haven't been hurt by things. It's about demanding more. It's about requiring more from ourselves and others. It's about not being silent about how hurt we are. It's about being honest about where we've been problematic and where others have been problematic too. It's about being honest about where we need to improve. It's about being clear about what our boundaries are and holding ourselves accountable for those boundaries. It's about surrendering. It's about coming to the calling ourselves to the paint. Listen, we all deserve to be loved and loved well, and we all deserve to love others well. We all deserve to look at where we need to improve. We all deserve to look at what others needed to improve with us. This is a time of tightening up because, baby, you deserve more, and so do I. You deserve more from yourself. You deserve more from other people. Okay? And we're going to get that. Yes, we are. Let's see. Hugh said, "The biggest discovery I found looking into my Irish and heritage about their colonization is that the majority of Irish people can only speak English. Their native language is almost entirely gone." Yep. Yep. And this, that right there, what you said, you speaks to, I want you to look at when Irish people became white, because that's when a lot of that got lost. See, there's a big connection between Irish and Black people. But at a certain point in American history, especially American history, you'll find a division, especially now. If you look at the recent history between Irish and Black people, it's very disgruntled and very violent. But in the beginning of American history, it was very united. Irish folks, once they became accepted as white, so much of their culture had to be forfeited. And that's the story of whiteness. In exchange for white privilege, you have to give up culture, connection to the earth, cultural practices, native languages, cultural hairstyles, food, everything. It's a damn shame. Melanie, thank you for your super sticker. Jasmine said, "How does one get your assistance with spiritual and magical journey?" You know what? You'll have that soon. I have been in a space where this last year and a half, I've needed to really just pull back from all of you. Um, in regards to the services I offered, especially because of the scammers. Um, I've been absolutely frustrated with them. But also, this was a call to do things differently. And I've been figuring that out. So we're almost done with the figuring that out. I have some new protocols and things in place, new approaches in place. and I'm about ready to present those. So once I'm ready to present those, you guys will be able to take participate with me as far as mentorship goes. You will be able to participate with me as far as teaching goes. There's a lot of different ways that you'll be able to access me, and I will be able to assist you on your spiritual and magical journeys. I will get back to doing divinations and readings and personal consultations and all that good stuff. So that will happen very, very soon. But we're still in the figuring things out. Um, I need to do things in a way that I can sustain them. Because what I don't like is starting things with y'all and then having to stop because I need to honor my mental illness and all of the things. Um, and that just is about me working better. There's ways that I can just streamline this. And I've really figured out better ways. So in the next couple months, you will have all of the resources that I can give you so that I can assist you in all of the ways. Vibe said, I appreciate your teachings. I appreciate the fact that you support me. Thank you. Cassia said, I have had a lot of anxiety attacks during this process, but my words are finding their way out and I'm more expressive, especially with my boundaries. My mother is giving me the silent treatment. You continue to express yourself. You continue to find your voice. You continue to do what you need to do to handle your business, to pour into yourself in all of the ways that you need to pour into yourself. Don't apologize for any of it. Don't apologize for any of it. And continue to lean into giving yourself everything you need. And know that there are going to be people, especially those who are intent on crossing your boundaries. There are going to be people intent on stopping you, but don't let them stop you from continued growth, from continued boundary setting. Don't let them stop you from continued goodness. All right, good people. It is now 11:05. I started this late because I was having some technical difficulties. Thank you guys for your patience with me. We will be doing this at least once a month. You will be getting your members' videos too, at least once a month. So, what I promised you when you signed up to be a sugar honey dumpling, you will begin to receive. I feel in a really good place to finally honor that on a consistent basis. I want to thank you all for hanging on with me. I want to thank you all for being patient because my intentions have been A1 the whole time. Now, the impact did not match that sometimes, and I just thank you for holding space for my humanity. None of that was a reflection on any of you personally. I'll be honest about what this Chiron, I'm doing good, Ruffalo. What this Chiron, Cheerio Chai Tea retrograde, what this Venus in retrograde has really helped me to understand is how much I went through this last year and a half. Moving was a lot. Losing my friend to violence was a lot. Death dueling, my community was a lot. Growing was a lot. Helping to run a business is a lot. There was a lot on my shoulders. And I tried my best, but Lord, I struggled. And I was so wounded and navigating so much by myself. And I dropped the ball a lot with y'all. I did. And I didn't mean to. I thank you. I wanted to give so much more this last few months and I just could not. I wanted and I had every intention to do so much more with y'all, and I just couldn't. But I gave what I could and I gave the best of me. So I don't feel guilty for what I did, but I'm also aware that I wanted so much more for you. I'm finally at the place where I can begin to deliver what I promised to the level. And I am just intensely grateful that y'all hung on with me. I'm never going to lie about my humanity, and I'm always going to make space for that. And I'm acutely aware of how Black folks who look like me, femmes who are fat and jovial and motherly, how we can be put in these positions and made to be separated from our humanity to the point where our mental health and illness and wellness and just everyday living is not accounted for. And folks crack under that type of pressure. I'm here to stay, and I'm here to stay for a while. And I'm here to be consistent. And I'm here to do the best that I can for first and foremost me, and then for all of you. I will fall short, but I am fucking trying my best. And every time I fall short, I'm looking at it. I'm not one of those people who is like, I'm looking at it. I'm not lying about it. I know where I'm not delivering. And I have my close friends who I'm going over this with, and I'm dissecting, and I'm going over it with healers and therapists, and we're addressing things. And one thing about me, one thing for certain, and two things for sure, I'm gonna always bring it back around. So thank you for hanging on. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for your support, and please know that I am here, and I'm so ready to give you everything I promise and more. So I value y'all so deeply and so much, and I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so excited for all that's to come. I hope you enjoyed this night. I'm definitely going to pull up a poll or a post, just members only. Um, I want to do more intimate things like this with you guys. I want to do some light, bright inner child stuff, some Q&A things, discuss everything with you guys. So I love you guys. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. Thank you for your support. This was so fun. I feel like this was so fun for a lot of you guys too. Uh, Smiley bead. It's okay, baby. We're going to be doing this more often. So even though you missed this, it'll be up, and we're going to be doing this more often. So I want to thank all of you for your super chats, for your super stickers. Illegal Stoner Mom, thank you for being such a good member and being with me so long for 11 months, part of the Sugar Crew. Dragon Dancer said, thank you. This was wonderful. I'm so happy. So we're going to do this more often. I'm loving this. We're going to do some more just casual late nights. I'm feeling really good with my setup in my altar room. I've shifted some things around. I'm going to tell you this, like, I feel altered and shifted already from this Chiron, Cheerio, Chai Tea, Chiron retrograde, Venus retrograde, all that shit. So don't even, if you see things switch just nice and subtly on this channel, just go with it. Just go with it. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to be good. Everything's going to be good. So, baby, I'm gonna let you guys go. We are at the end of the month. I want to remind you guys that August, baby, not only are we still in Chiron, not only why are we in Venus retrograde, August begins with the full moon and ends with the full moon. We have two super moons and a new moon in August. So y'all need to keep all hands and feet inside this ride at all times. Y'all need to buckle up, buttercups. Okay, Put your seatbelt on when you get in the car, when you're out of the car, when you get in the bed, when you get in the shower, when you are in the kitchen, when you are in the living room, when you're walking down the hall, when you're in the backyard, when you're in the front yard, when you're going to get the mail. you So you're either going to get beat up or you're going to level up. Okay. Most of you are going to get beat up and level up. Most of us. A very few minority amount are just going to level up. That's very few. But most of us are going to just, it's a ride. Okay? It's a ride. Then Virgo season. There's something going on in Virgo season that I just learned about today. Okay, look, I got to get into my astrology because this is overwhelming. I just now settled in on the full moon and the new moon. Now I got the Cheerio and the Venus. Although the Venus been doing me good. That's my ruling planet, baby. I'm feeling myself. I don't know. In this Leo season, I'm a Libra. I'm. Don't let me fearmonger y'all, because I'm having a good time. Don't let me, baby. Yeah, we're going through changes, but I'm loving the changes. I'm loving the changes. I'm a whole new speech. I'm a whole. I'm even looking at myself on the camera. I'm looking at myself on the camera. I'm like, who is this person? Who is? Look at my shoulders. Who is this? Who is this? I'm having a good time. I'm changing. I'm surrendering. I've given in. Okay, I'm okay. I'm not saying it's not a roller coaster, but I'm literally sitting on the roller coaster talking on the cell phone, doing my makeup. I'm just leaning in. All right, I'm like a rhinestone cowboy. I'm just out here riding things. Okay, I have rhythm, so this I'm just gonna ride it like it's a rhythm, like it's a dance hall beat. Just out here, every man for themselves and God for us all. Every man for themselves and God for us all. And I'm gonna tell you the real truth. The other day, this older black lady in the gym that I every time I see her, I'm like, you remind me of like all of the black women from the '90s that I love, that I aspire to be. Even in the back of my head, I'm like, that's what I want to be. Like, I hope people think of me like the '90s auntie, because like that's what she's my like unicorn in my head. The other day she stopped me. I've never talked to this lady. She's a stranger. But the other day she talked to me. She stopped me and was like, "Girl, I see you." And I just now you can't tell me nothing. Because like when older black women tell you that you are the shit, baby, you're doing something right in life. So technically, y'all can't tell me that for the next 6 months. That compliment is gonna float me for like 9 months. I'm feeling myself. I don't care what retrograde. I'm doing something right because that black woman acknowledged me. Anyway, we're going to be all right. Just surrender. You got this. Pray. Don't run from the wound. Okay? It's going to hurt no matter what you do. So you might as well just lean in. It'll hurt less and a shorter period of time if you just lean in. Learn your lesson because it's going to give you something good. And then you're going to take something good and make a better life. Okay. You look good. I look good. We look good. We're growing. It's a fabulous time. All right. I love you guys. This was fun. We're going to do this again. Hydrate yourselves. Take care of yourselves. I love you much. Mwah. Peace. Bye.